My name is Mohammed. I'm the director of Jamhuriya Incubation Center. We are very happy to be part of this great initiative, which we are empowering Somali youth in particular.
Thank you. Welcome, Mohammed. Welcome. So, Richard Odamo.
Hello, my name is Richard. I'm a medical officer and the founder of Madini Health Network, which is an organization that deals with artisanal mine workers in a low resource setup in Kenya. I'm happy to be part of this team, and I'm very excited for what lies ahead for us. Thank you.
Marhaba. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you. Yoel? I think I'm gonna take Yoel and Jessica, and then we're gonna stop here and start to introduce our workshop. Yoel, the floor is yours.
Good evening. My name is Y.E.S. I'm from South Sudan. I am executive director of Limman Foundation. We're actually internally displaced lead organizations working with displaced communities in South Sudan. And thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Yoel. Welcome. Jessica?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Magashi, and I work with Girls First Initiative as a project officer. So I missed the last session because of the time differences. So I feel so great to be here today and to learn everything that we'll be learning today. Thank you.
Welcome, Jessica. Thank you to all of you for your energetic vibes. And I feel also those who are maybe tired at the end of this week, but let's stay focused and positive, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy this session. For those who didn't attend the last one, I'm sure the team of Y.E.S Africa will share everything you need about it, and maybe try to have another session in a while. Donc, thanks again to all of you for coming to this session. I'm going to share with you my screen. So give me just a minute, please. I think we're almost there. Do you hear me? Yes, okay. Could you have a look on my screen? Did you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Thank you for confirming. Okay.
Social and entrepreneurship.
Yes. So, if I may start, so we are on the second part of this model, the 8th one, social entrepreneurship. I'll start to present myself. My name is Miriam Najma Agadi. I'm a civil engineer and a certified trainer and coach, and also a social impact entrepreneur. Actually, I've been working with different kind of civil society organizations, and also in the public and private sector this last 15 or maybe 20 years, supporting leaders, entrepreneurs, and also organizations, even in Africa or in other regions, Asia or United States. So I'm also the founder of Co-Leaders for Africa, which is a Pan-African initiative and also a podcast to empower African leaders for a sustainable and connected future, and working on collective intelligence projects, and also promoting innovation and sustainable leadership across the continent. So I'm here to support also this project to empower youth and women across Africa and through civil society organizations. So during this workshop, we will try to answer to some questions, and mainly the objectives are around, first of all, understanding the foundations and the key principles of social business. How? By identifying what really sets the social enterprise, or between, also make the difference between traditional and non-models. And also we will try to answer to another question, is how to address social, economic, and environmental challenges in Africa. We will also understand and explore viable economic models related to social business by discovering some examples, successful, of course, examples in African through African projects, and we will analyze high potential sectors such as education, health, agri-tech, agriculture in general, and environment. Also combining hybrid approaches between sales and subsidies. The last objective is to equip the CSOs to launch social business initiative by learning how to lay on the ground an income generating projects and impact, of course, and build a social business model aligned with your organization missions, and also learn how to engage stakeholders through an inclusive governance. We will have 7 parts. First of all, we will start with the introduction, definitions, define the core principles and the values. We will try also to present the different models, economic models, and also discuss the challenges and the opportunities we have in Africa, in different parts of Africa, and also how to adopt a social business approach. So, what we have here is a main question, a huge question. What do you expect from this session? I will take 3 answers from the floor before moving on. And the other members of the group, you can just participate into the chat. Okay? So please, can you answer to this question? What do you expect from this session? Raise your hands, please, so I can give you the floor. Thank you. Amanda, Boru, I would love to hear those who didn't present themselves or say how they feel while we were starting. Katsu, Modu, Mohammed, yes, please. Can you raise your hands? Yes, Katsu. And then Amanda. Yes, please. What do you
Thank you very
expect
much.
from this?
I just want to confirm if I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
All right, thank you so much. Like I said in the chat, my name is Kaso Ramudia. I'm from Botswana, representing Women in Africa. So what I expect in this session, based just in summary from your expertise, I think to just have a better understanding of social entrepreneurship and how we as civil society organizations can use it to make our work more impactful at grassroots level. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Who were raising hands before? Bobolochi? Sorry if I don't say correctly.
Okay, thank you so much. It's Babuluki, but I wish I was not speaking because of already two people from Botswana spoke, and I'm from Botswana, but I do have an expectation. Well, my what I want to gain from this is really the insights on how to, like, in terms of, I know that social enterprises are mostly dealing with, social issues, but I'm particularly interested in learning from probably successful case studies, understanding how to measure the social impact effectively, and exploring how social entrepreneurship can really be applied to causes like gender equality and youth empowerment, which really aligns with my work at Youth for Gender Equality Foundation. And most importantly, I want to know how to balance, how like the social enterprises balance the mission and profit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for participating. Thank you, Budani. Someone else? Okay. Okay, Shaibu, the floor is yours.
Okay, so thank you very much. My expectation is to address critical societal and environmental problems by leveraging business models to create a sustainable solutions. Thank you very much.
Okay, sustainable solutions. Okay, welcome. Okay, thank you guys for participating. So let's move on the next slide to see the next question. So, what does social entrepreneurship mean to you? Maybe like in 2 words, 3 words. You could answer. Raise your hands. Please, I would love to hear other voices, maybe other countries. Bukar and Chandravir, are you here, guys? Yes, please. Maybe other voices. Amanda, yes.
Personally, I think social entrepreneurship is a business that attends to social needs.
Okay, thank you. Yes. I cannot see your name, Y.E.S representative. Sorry, but the floor is yours. You can answer.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I believe Amanda says something close to social entrepreneurship is a business that is that serves two purposes. One, for serving community impact, and secondly, for making profit.
Okay. Thank you. Boru.
Okay, hello everyone. This is Boru Kotola from Ethiopia. I work with Taura Charity and Development Organization. Previously, I didn't introduce myself. That's why I was taking this long time.
No.
Social entrepreneurship means to me, it is creating a nice thing or a workable thing, or creating with a society.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Chaibu. Do you still have something to say,
Yeah.
Shaibu?
Okay, thank you. Thank you once again. So social entrepreneurship are individuals with innovative solutions to society, most present societal problems. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And Busal, we have a new voice here coming up.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Imai from Kenya. I believe social entrepreneurship is more or less as a philosophy that seeks to balance profit making and social good with ethical practices. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for your participation. Indeed, this is what we will see in details by defining the origins of social entrepreneurship that we've seen at the early of the 90s. It was promoted by Harvard Business School. I'm sure most of you know a well-known business school through a social entrepreneur initiative program. And also we have Mohammed Y.E.S, who is the Nobel Prize winner in 2006, who really make this concept more popularized, but also democratize the term with microcredit and the Grameen Bank. And all these different sites help us today to move forward and to develop more and to see more projects according to social enterprise. A company today that puts its economic activity as at the service of social or environmental mission. Of course, we've seen some companies who used it just for marketing side. But today's challenges is a must-have strategy in all our business mindsets and business strategies, even in private, public, or NGOs sectors. So according to Y.E.S, Mohammed Y.E.S, the Nobel Prize winner, a social enterprise is an organization that solves a social problem, as you've already mentioned, which is also economically viable and sustainable. Okay, and also there is another idea is to reinvest the majority of the profit of an organization into its mission. And the mission, of course, it's social or environmental oriented. That's aim, that's not to aim to achieve personal enrichment, but to impact the community and to have a sustainable impact and purpose. Okay, so this is from one side. And the other side, we have also this definition that represents how the any private activity or process of general interest is organized with an entrepreneurial approach, whose main objective is to address a social or environment problem and not to maximize profit. This is like an academic definition that you will find in any sources, academic sources. So here we can see a crossroads of three different words of business: traditional business, social enterprise, and not-for-profit organization that I think most of you are present today. Those different dimensions have different purpose. And when we see the traditional business, which is profit-oriented, in the other side, when we look at the non-profit organization, for example, it's social mission oriented. while the social enterprise in the middle is a combination between social impact and the viability of the business. So I think those informations and those dots are very important to keep in mind in each organization or business work. And also when we look at the profit orientation, what we can see is in social enterprise or non-profit organization, we reinvest into the mission, to develop the mission, to have the impact into the community. In contrary, in the traditional business, we distribute all what we gain or what we have earned in a profitable business. We distribute that to shareholders and to make them, how can I say, to enrich their business orientation. But when we talk about social entrepreneurship, is really to take those profits and re-inject them into our initial mission. Okay, so the funding part, mainly, as I'm sure you all know, that the funding traditionally comes from private sectors, or sometimes also public sectors or investors. But when it comes to non-profit organization, mainly the funding comes from grants, donations, or sometimes it's mixed in social enterprise. And I think, if I may say that, it's like a positive way to see the opportunities in the social enterprise funding system. So we can have different possibilities to find investors or private or public sector funds that could inject into your mission to help you to improve, to help you to make profit, and also to create, how can I say, profit into the communities that you are working on. For the governance side, what I would share with you is in the social enterprise is mostly hybrid, where we can see a participatory or democratic system according to organization, while into the traditional business is mostly capitalist with a rigid, sometimes, organization. It's mainly capitalist and profit-oriented. The impact that we are aiming to measure into social enterprise is social and economic oriented. And also on the non-profit organization, we have also this environmental impact that we are aiming and looking to measure on site, while according to the traditional business is mainly financial. So we, at the end of the year, we just look at the KPIs and the numbers and financial numbers that are made without looking at the social or environmental side. So this is regarding to the definitions and the origins of this new business model that we are discovering today. I think there is new participants coming on. Okay. Okay, so for the third part, we will see the principles of social entrepreneurship. After this part, I will give you the floor if you have any question. Okay, so we will maybe discuss later on. So mainly the principles of social entrepreneurship are based on 5 parts. Okay, so we have the social purpose, which is the main goal is to solve a social or environmental problem. So we have to keep in mind what is our why regarding the social or environmental problem that we have in our environment or our community or organization or company. Okay. For the second principle is about profits. Profits are not distributed to shareholders, but are used to ensure sustainability. So what I've said earlier is where we inject them into our initial mission, socially or environmentally oriented. When you go to the governance side, the stakeholders are mostly involved into decision-making process in all different levels. Okay. And the fourth principle is the financial autonomy. The financial autonomy is generating our own income through commercial activity. So we're here, yes, to solve a social or an environmental problem, but also to generate our own income without counting on mainly clients or investors. So we will, through this business model, we try to be independent, sustainable. Okay. So the last part is the main principle for me, is to maximize social impact while ensuring economic sustainability. So we have to keep in mind those 5 principles of social entrepreneurship while we will work at the end, we will see at the end of this workshop how to build a business model socially entrepreneurship oriented. Okay? Any question? Yes, Shaibu?
Yes, so I think several times I've been participating in a social entrepreneurship program in Accra here. But usually there's one question our mentors usually ask. And with regards to these 5 principles you just mentioned, I want to actually know the mindset of a social entrepreneur. Do they have a mindset of making a profit, or they have a mindset of just making an impact in their communities? Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Shaibu, for the question. As I mentioned earlier, actually, the entrepreneurs or the leaders who are holding social impact or social impact business is mainly oriented into the mission to have the impact into on your community, even socially or environmentally. So in this presentation, you can see a crossroad of 3 different business mindsets: the traditional one, social enterprise, or non-profit organization. What we can see in the middle of the social enterprise business model is when we are aiming to work on a social business, we need to keep in mind that all our profits are reinjected into the mission, mainly. So we can see nowadays, of course, we keep some profits to assure to function as an organization, but mainly the main profits are reinjected even on the social or economic development. And sometimes we have some organizations that are also environmentally oriented. So they re-inject their profits into environmental projects or supporting non-profit organizations, for example, through their CSR strategies. Did I answer to your question?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. I think there is some questions here into the chat. Okay, no questions. So we will move forward. If you have any question, please just raise your hands and then I come back to you, okay? Thank you. So we saw the principles, the 5 principles of social entrepreneurship. Now we're going to the economic model. So mainly we have different economic models into business, environment business, but according to social businesses, we can have different also models, even product oriented or service oriented. So here, when we have social business model product oriented, we are targeting, or we're trying to sell a social impactful good. Even water filter, for example, solar panels, handmade products, actually products that are socially impactful into your community. Okay. The second part is service oriented. So the social business, when it's services oriented, they offer access or accessible services to vulnerable population. Nowadays, we can see e-commerce, we can see e-government services coming on. We have also healthcare, training, microcredits, all those social businesses that are service-oriented come and are here to offer services that help the community to be to have an easy life, if I may say. Okay, and especially for those who are vulnerable populations. So the objective here is to sell at an affordable price while covering costs to ensure financial autonomy. Usually those products are very, very accessible. And also the services. So the main idea here is to make those even products or services accessible for vulnerable populations and communities. So here we have a case study of Yukomi. Maybe some of you know about it. It comes from Togo. Is there any Togolese with us here in the room? So this case study mainly presents a promotion of shea butter produced by rural women in Togo by developing a fair, ecological, and locally rooted value chain. Their economic model is based on local processing of this butter into rural cosmetic product for bodies, through body butter, soaps, and maybe also shampoos and other stuff coming on. They also they put their economic model on a marketing strategy through short supply chains, which is small markets, organic shops, e-commerce, and solidarity circuits, and how can I say, forums where we can find easily organic shops and solidar circuits that helps them to market their products. Okay, and also their business or economic model is mainly based on partnerships developed with NGOs and women's cooperatives in the same area. That helps them to integrate more women, to help those women also, and to create a value chain through this partnership, which is very impactful, economically impactful into those women's lives. On the social environmental impact, what we see here is the empowerment of rural women through decent work, stable income, especially if we have like single moms that we see a lot in main African countries. And also it helps to preserve local chia processing and the know-how to keep it traditional, local, and it's like the signature of the village or the city or the country. We have also the environmental protection side through sustainable practices that are respectful, harvested, and also zero plastic users. That also a very good example to show how can I say, to show successful successful business model, economic business model. So I think it's we have mainly examples in starting from Morocco to South Africa. We have different examples in Ivory Coast, in Ghana, in Senegal, in Nigeria, in Kenya. So all those countries who have the access of even oil, butter, coconut, different argan oils also, we can see this kind of projects developed and having this social and environmental impact into rural women environments mainly. So this is from one side. The other side, now we're moving to the other side of Africa, which is Madagascar. I don't know if we have some Malgache here with us in the room, but for this case study, we can see this business model oriented to the food waste management by reducing food waste through transforming it unsold food into accessible and nutritious meals for vulnerable populations. I think this business model comes also from our culture and traditions as Africans. We don't like to waste food, right? We love to sometimes maybe keep some meals for the other day and help others, help people, vulnerable people through food, that especially when we gather, when we have like ceremonies, big ceremonies, we like to transform this food waste into accessible and nutritious meals. So this example of Bee Madagascar, this business model is mainly based on collecting the surplus of food from restaurants, supermarkets, or markets, which is very, very smart idea that also helps those markets that have sometimes meat or chicken or food that are maybe will not last for longer. So that it helps them to reprocess, retransform, and also impact positively the community and the population. The second point is they take those meals and they transform them in shared kitchens into ready-to-eat meals. So they create an added value through a new logistic supply chain, which is also very, very interesting in this business case. The third point is the sale, how they sell it. They sell it through solidarity. Sorry, I will accept this person, which is waiting. Okay, so I was saying that this business model is also based on sale at solidarity prices or free distribution ecosystems through partners, associations, or organizations that help them to promote this food waste. And the last one is that this activity is also supported by hybrid models through food donation organizations, subsidies, or symbolic contributions from beneficiaries who can also maybe pay for some accessible food. What is the impact of this business? First, as I mentioned earlier, is to reduce food waste and create this awareness of the circular economy. Second is by creating new a new job. How can I say? It's a new model of jobs for especially young people. Maybe we can also create this business model to encourage young people who doesn't have experience, who are looking for the first experience, to come in and join and become a part of a team and to participate into management, into marketing, into partnerships, development also, and also women who are undergoing professionally and they need to reintegrate the society and the community. Okay. The third point is it helps us also how to improve food security for vulnerable urban populations, which is a huge problem that we all have, especially in the African continent. Okay, that was a very interesting case, actually. So if we go into this comparative table by putting Yokumi from Togo and B from Madagascar, what we can see, maybe I will ask you the question and make sure that you are still here, guys. Okay, so can you tell me what is the difference between those two case studies? The first one is from Togo, Madagascar, and the second one from Madagascar. You can just raise your hand and I will call you and give you the floor. Who wants to answer? And please, if you have any questions, put it into the chat. Thank you. Okay, I'm waiting for you guys. Maybe I'll call Ewurama or Idris Ojoko or Jessica Magashi. Are you guys here?
Yes, we are here.
Okay, can you tell me what do you think about those two case studies and what is the difference between both of them? Who's raising his hands? Okay, maybe Amanda? Okay, is it clear? Do you have any question? Maybe if you have questions, I'm all ears. Amanda, I'm listening.
I wanted to juxtapose between the two case studies, but because I'm a bit slow, I'm still digesting my words and translating them from my indigenous language to English. So if you allow me a brief of time, I would respond.
Okay, no worries. Okay, I think yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I believe the difference between the two case studies. The first one on what's the name of the country? Is it Yaokomi?
Togo, yes.
Yes. So it promotes production because it's packaging of shea butter by encouraging rural women in Togo. So it promotes production and through women empowerment. Then the second case study from Madagascar that focus on let's say waste management, recycling, transforming waste food, recycling it into something that is consumable and share for the society. I believe these are the two different between them that I can point out.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna ask you a question about the product. What is the difference of the value chain of the product?
Okay, the difference in the value chain of the product. The first one is local processing of shea butter. It means that it's the model is start from planting to processing.
Okay.
Then the second one, this is the one in the last one, which is the one from Madagascar. So the value chain of that one is already processed food and being recycled. So I don't know if you get me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is anyone wants to add something else? Maybe yes, Richard.
Thank you. I think for me, what stands out is that the first case study from Togo is all about value addition at the initial stages of the product development. And the last one minimizes wastage. So at the terminal end of the cycle of a product cycle. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you guys for participating. So this is what we will see, which is very, very interesting to keep in your mind. When we have this kind of business models, we have the social mission, we have the business models system, and we have the key impact orientations and also the key partners. It goes like a huge how can I say, it's like I lost the word, but the idea it's combined with different informations and data and partners and mindsets and orientation, of course, through your strategy. So for the first one here, the sector is totally different, of course, but we can see some insightful points that we can keep in our minds while we are developing a business case or a business model for the community. Here, the first one of Togo, it's oriented, cosmetic oriented, while B Madagascar is food security oriented, which remind us also for the food security, it remind us one of the main SDGs, so sustainable development goals. The social mission here, for the first one, is to empower rural women through the process, through the logistic process, while the other one is to fight against waste and to bring access to food. The business model for the first one is sale of processed product oriented. Do you remember what I've said at the beginning? The business model could be oriented in two sides, product or service. So for this one is product oriented through partnership with cooperatives, with NGOs, with women locally, and empowering those women into their daily lives. For the other one is mostly solidarity sales. It's a service. It's coming here to empower the community, to help the vulnerable populations. You see? So the model type here, as I mentioned, is the first one is product-oriented social business. The second one is like hybrid, but mainly sales, donations, subsidies, and service-oriented. And the impact mainly is the same, because we can see the economic, social, environmental impact on both sides. But the key partners are very important here. When you see the first Yukomi business, it's women cooperatives, partners, organic networks, local NGOs, while the other one is mainly connected to supermarkets, which is the private sector, local authorities, associations, foundations, etc. So it's very important to make the difference and to see the opportunity, and also to keep in mind this mindset of product and service oriented. Okay, so here we will see the challenges and the opportunities in Africa. The challenges and opportunities are mainly oriented to when it's according to financial system, where we have limited access to finance and funding. There is a lack of adapted mechanism and regulatory mechanisms to support solidarity based structured in the long term. We have also this insufficient regulatory frameworks that not support, mainly it's because of the absence of specific public policies, and not help us to support this kind of business models. One of the also main challenges are the need for training and support. As you mentioned, as actors in different kind of organizations and systems, we have a limited access to appropriate systems to strengthen project leaders' skills, to empower those project leaders, and to help them to create, co-create, and cope with, co-develop, and also make easy partnerships to develop impactful social business strategies. The last part is about logistics side, because when it comes to infrastructure and logistics, we have so many barriers. Because of the limited distribution, also networks, transportations, access sometimes to electricity or internet, and sometimes also according to security, if I may add this point. It's very, very important to keep in our minds, especially in rural areas. So, of course, after looking at these challenges, mainly, let's keep positive mindsets and look at the opportunities. with these challenges, we could have also huge and immense, how can I say, bunch of opportunities. We will start with an immense social environmental needs to even health access, clean water, youth employment, food. These are mainly social markets that we all have in all our countries, similar countries. We have also this social economy that can really be here to lever for an inclusive development, especially when we talk about the needs, how to include them, how to make them become active and active actors in their into their communities. We have also some opportunities according to demographic and entrepreneurial dynamics, where African youth are increasingly engaged and seeking to have meaningful purpose into their communities. We have also a social innovation ecosystem that is emerging, developing through incubators, labs, hubs, and even international funds that are coming here to Africa to create those ecosystems, to push, to invest, to help, to empower all those, how can I say, those ecosystems and those processes to get to empower social entrepreneurship mindset and social businesses. Yeah, there is an example of solidarity fab labs or project nurseries in universities. Yeah, we can see all of these kind of projects and labs in different kind of social innovation ecosystems in different countries. We have another side, which is the evolution of financing. I've already mentioned that we have more, we can see nowadays more and more international and global funds coming to develop for an impactful purpose to become actors into African countries' development and African microfinance initiatives. We have them. We can see nowadays more and more initiatives that help communities, small communities, even youth or women through microfinance initiatives. And also Pan-African social investment funds, of course. All those financial system comes also with what we can see today and we call crowdfunding platforms that also give the floor for people who don't have access to connections, to network. They don't have the opportunity to go to events, for example, or to travel or to meet good people, the right people. So if they have connection, they have internet, they have access to their phones or laptops, they could just jump into the net, put their project on, and have access to a new era of financial system through crowdfunding platforms. And this is a huge opportunity for Africans. The last one is what we can see is the transition to a green and circular economy, which is mainly a social. We have many social business projects that are emerging into recycling, sustainable agriculture, renewable energy, solar energy project, and so on. Now we can also see some social business developers using AI, artificial intelligence. We have a huge opportunity by using also digital into what we are developing for communities, even on social or environmental impact. Okay. So how do we integrate the social business approach into real life? This is what we will see now. Before doing this, do you have any question, guys? We still have like 5 slides before finishing this session. Do you have any question? Yes, Innocent? Baboloki? Yes?
Yeah, I have.
Yes, Baboloki? Kamala?
This is Innocent.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I want to find out, does it mean that when you're operating social enterprise, you might likely not get grants or what, or it's just an NGO, non-profit that get grants or donation?
Can you ask again the question, or maybe write it down, because I didn't hear you very well. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Does it mean that when you are operating a social enterprise, does it mean you will not be able to get grants or donation from donors or support sponsors, because your business is already your social enterprise is already generating profit? Does it mean that you cannot may not be able to get this in a sponsor or grant from donors?
Okay, if I may just reformulate, if I understand very well your question. The question is, as an NGO working in a social project, do you have the access to funds from organizations automatically, right? This is the question?
No, that is not the question. I said, does it mean that since you are operating a social enterprise NGO, does it mean that you might likely not get a donor or sponsors to give you grants, or because of your this thing, what do I call it, your social enterprise this thing that you are operating?
Actually, yeah. When it comes to sponsorship or funds support, of course, you have to show the results. You have to show the process. You have to show also the how can I say, to be transparent into your numbers, your processes, your teams, but also the impact of even your product or your service that you are developing into your social enterprise or social business model. So yes, you could have access to different ecosystems, even through labs, through funds, specialized funds, or also private sectors through their CSR strategy by supporting and sponsoring some projects that are meaningful to their business models. But yeah, you should give them the how can I say, the key informations, the key points that I've mentioned earlier, that will show them that your business or social business model is working and is impactful into your society and creating a value, even economic or environmental or social value, added value. But having access to funds or ecosystems like automatically, no. As we say in French, we're not in the world, on n'est pas dans un monde de bisounours. We're not in the world who could translate bisounours in English, please? So The idea is,
Class.
sorry?
Person that can help you to translate is in the French class.
Bisounours in English, it's like the holy word, you know, a fairy tale word. We're not in a fairy tale world, unfortunately. We are in the real business world. And if you are looking for funds, sponsors who are serious and aiming to invest in projects, social project, your project should be a serious project, and you need to show it by numbers, by results, by bringing and developing vulnerable populations and including vulnerable populations. Did I answer to your question? Okay, Innocent, thank you very much. So I will jump into the part 6 and see how we can integrate the social business approach. First of all, we have to keep in mind that this social business model approach includes a clear social value proposition, okay, and to also define who the beneficiary of this project or the customer target. Also, we have to prove and to have a sustainable sources of revenues. We just have this question about the funding. Of course, we have to have like a clear business model in our mind, but also a clear business model that is working, that is offering even a product, a service that we could sell, okay, to the consumers, to the public, to the communities, and to have a profit on that. And after all, of course, we will think about the impact, because the impact should be the first question. It's a clear social value proposition. And the last point is having a logic of reinvesting profits back into the mission. On the other side, social business led by a CSO must involve its members from the design phase. We cannot just come here and impose that into the members or the actors or the team leaders. We have to integrate and to include the people who are connected, who might be actors or beneficiaries or entrepreneurs into this social business. So here we can see we have youth as beneficiaries, actors, entrepreneurs. We have women that can have a value creators and innovation mindset. They could be also producers. We will talking about agriculture or agri-tech business, social business models, and also managers. We all know, women and African women, they have a great leadership, a great way to manage, a great way to lead when it comes to social business or even private business or tech business or financial business oriented. So women have also a key role into this social business orientation. We have also the last part, which is local communities, to ensure a project inquiry and acceptance of even your product or your service. So all this can guarantee a social relevance and engagement and sustainability of our business models. So here, I'm sure you all know how a business model Canva looks like, okay? So we have here just a picture representing the different parts that we need to have on a business model canvas regarding to a social business model. Okay, so the key partners is a key when it comes to detail and define strategic alliance with even companies or communities or NGOs that could optimize your business model. You have also the suppliers, the distributors, and technology partners. I've mentioned AI. I'm sure that you will find great opportunities and solutions that could push and help you to go faster into developing your social business models, social business enterprise in different areas in Africa by using AI. And we have great developers, smart African developers that are, how can I say, that are the winners in according to implementing workflows, AI workflows, to make the business going faster, growing better, and become also sustainable according to this AI era. Okay, artificial intelligence era. So the second part is the. So I started with the key partners. Why? Because for me, it's also like a very important part of our business model. If you have an area where, or you are someone who are not able to build a solid and sustainable partnerships, you cannot develop your business, your social business. It will not be sustainable. So I will come back to the diamond in the middle. If you see the diamond, which is the value proposition. It's the most important thing into your business models. So your value proposition should be oriented the way you could even suggest services or product. I also say that, but the value proposition explains the value offered to customers and how your business meets their needs. It highlights the benefits, the differentiation of the other products or services. For example, time saving, cost reduction, innovation. There are so different examples that we can have here. You have the key activities, so you have to describe the essential actions required to operate your business model, even if it's according to production, marketing, tech development, or logistics. We have also the key resources, where we should list the essential resources needed to deliver your value proposition, even if it's in terms of technology, premises networks, database, human skills, anything that you will need to develop and to ensure to develop your value proposition. From the other side, you have the customer relationship. That this part, it needs to specify the type of relationship maintained with each customer segment. For example, by personalized service or self-service or online communities, you have to specify the type you want to have of relationship you want to maintain with your customers. If it would be online, digital, or direct, or self, or maybe use another or new way to maintain your relationship with your customers. You have also a very important part from on your business model, which is the channels, where you should describe the the means through which the business delivers its value proposition to customers. If it's going to be physical stores, online, through website or social media, or through partners or local communities. So this part of channels, it's very important, especially when we start. The other side is the customer segment, where we need to describe the different groups of people or organizations targeted by your social business. Includes the niche, if it's niche market, or a direct or indirect beneficiaries of your social project. It describes also the different direct or indirect beneficiaries of your social project when it comes to products, service, product oriented. It's very important to describe this niche. The last two parts are the revenue streams and the cost structure. For the revenue streams, you need to indicate how the business generates revenue from its clients. For example, if it's from sales, subscriptions, commissions. So your business model here on this part mainly should be clear. And it's also very important. What I suggest to my partners or my clients is to spend a lot of time discussing these points, because it's one of the key parts of succeeding in a business enterprise model. And the last part is the cost structure, where we identify the main costs associated with even operating the business model. For example, the salaries, the production cost, marketing, the logistics, all the expenses that you will need to assure the success of your social business model. Okay. I will give you the floor before concluding if you have questions on this part. Yes, please. Someone raised his hands. Yes, will to impact. Welcome.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm sorry, I experienced an internet issue in the beginning of this session, but I'd like to know with the social enterprise business model, because as I've learned, for example, in our country, it's forbidden for non-profit to make profit. And on Tuesday, we've learned about the social. I'm sorry, I have the slide on me.
Sorry, I didn't hear your question. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. So,
yes,
how to manage to create a profit and create a sustainable finding of the non-profit, because it's forbidden to create income or benefit for social see. So in Africa, for example. Thank you.
How to create a profit into a non-profit organization, right? This is your question? Hello? Will?
Yes, that's it.
So I'm sorry that you couldn't join us from the beginning, but I will just come back here to, I don't know if you saw this slide. So I will jump into quickly just to give you an idea, because it's very, very important to make sure that you guys have understood the social entrepreneurship mindset. So as a nonprofit organization, could you see this this crossword?
Yeah, yes, yeah, see it.
So here you can see different words of business. You have traditional business, social enterprise, and non-profit organization. Okay. For the you are you representing a non-profit organization?
Yes, I'm non-profit organization.
Okay. So your mission, you have a social
It's
mission.
about, yeah, sure. I have social mission.
Okay. What's your main purpose? What's your main social mission? What do you do?
Yeah, it's about it's about youth empowerment and the young girls through mentoring and coaching.
Okay, great. Mentoring and continued and youth empowerment. Okay. Here, if
Yeah,
you go to your niche, for example, what you can do, or what is your role as a nonprofit organization by empowering those youth, is to help them create their own social enterprise, social business models. So if you create
yes,
this path through this youth that are participating in your program, you could also be a partner into their social enterprise. Okay, so you could have
yes,
access to funding through donations and grants to supporting those youth, but it should be here through uh, Canva that I share with you guys to explore
yes.
added value.
Sorry, Miriam. I think there is too much noise. There is someone speaking on your
Yes,
background.
please.
Yes,
Yes,
I think
thank you. I
all of
thought
us.
it was Will. Thank you, Boloki, for your comment. Please, could you guys put your mic on mute? Thank you. It will help us to understand and to hear each other. So the idea here is when you represent a nonprofit organization, as a nonprofit organization, you cannot make profit, but you could make an added value proposition, ask for donations and grants, and re-inject your profit, as you can see, into your programs. But it's not personal profit. You cannot, I mean, take this profit and take it as a personal profit. If you want to have and to assure sustainable partners, serious partners that could fund and donate grants into your social project. So I think it's very important to clarify this Canva, these questions, and work on it with your teams, with your people, with your communities, with those youth. If I may I say, for example, if we take your example, Will, those youth that you are accompanying, that you are coaching, that you are helping to get better, maybe to find job, or maybe to start a business, to start a social business, you could be part of this business as a partner. But you have to make sure that all your questions are answered here into this business model Canva. Did I answer to your question?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Now I get it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
there is
understand.
so many different ways to make sure that you have access to grants and funding. But the main idea is to have a clear business model already answered, already challenged through your partners, through your also teams, the community that you're willing to serve. Also go and ask them if they need what you are suggesting. The value proposition is very important to be clarified. And then we work on all the other segments. So here I will jump into is there another question before jumping into the conclusion part? We have to wrap up in 10, 15 minutes maximum. Do you have any other questions?
So the last thing.
Yeah, Will?
Yeah, no, it's about the what you say about the question of about. I think that it's more clear in the coming call for proposal. I will work more on a business model in order to get right on what to which I would like to resolve. Thank you so much.
Welcome, welcome. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any other needs. Okay, so for the last part, if you don't have any other question, just to clarify and keep in your mind that a model at the intersection of social and economic dimension, it's not a trend. It's a must to have it, but a realistic path for CSOs that aim to strengthen their impact while gaining autonomy. It's not about doing business for profits, but about creating a social value through sustainable economic means. And also an opportunity for African associations. And here it's a great opportunity in the face of declining international fundings also and increasing social needs, because as you all know, African CSOs have a strong reason to explore this model. This model is here to diversify the resources, to create local employment, but also to respond to the real needs of our communities regarding to services or products, regarding to agriculture or health or e-commerce services or local product. All those models, all those opportunities are here to be like a new gather or new door or window to a huge and a wide opportunity of creating added values. The challenge here is never lose sight of the social mission, because sometimes when we keep in working on social business and having this business mindset, sometimes we forgot the social impact and environmental impact and try to just focus on the profits. But just keep in your mind that social business is a tool to serve in service of a broader vision. Because if your project work locally, it will impact globally for sure. And it must remain consistent with the organization's values, to be transparent when it comes to your management system, and to have a participatory in your governance, to be as more inclusive as you could be. It's very important to keep all these points in your mind, and I would love to thank you for listening and for participating to this workshop. I'm all ears if you have any other question, if I could answer to your questions. And if you have also other thoughts, we can stay connected. You could find me on LinkedIn, through the Y.E.S Africa team to answer to all your questions. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate your icons, but I would love to hear your voices.
Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.
You're welcome.
Merci beaucoup.
Do you have any other questions?
Thank you.
Asante.
You're welcome, Katsu. You're welcome, guys. Thank you very much.
Merci.
Merci, Larona. Merci.
Shukran.
Yeah, thank
Shukran.
you, Professor.
Thank you. Ntatisi Lesala. Thank you.
Excuse me, I would like to know if it's possible to share with us your email from further or more a question we can talk about it after this session. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think there is a WeChat, a WhatsApp chat shared from our friend here. Thank you for sharing. You could contact me on. I will give you for Africa. You can contact me on through this email, or join on my network, even on LinkedIn or Instagram, Colleagues for Africa. I can answer to your question. Just remind me your name and mention this workshop so I could answer to all your questions. Thank you, Will, for being here. Thank you, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't take a picture of all the participants. I will stop sharing. But maybe for those who are still here, maybe
Yeah, of course.
put your cameras on and take a nice picture. Did you put your cameras on? Okay. Yeah, Mohammed, you're still here. I forgot to take the picture.
Of course, madam.
Yeah.
Can you please turn on your camera so we can take a
are
photo,
not
please?
connected, but their cameras are off. So could you put your cameras on, please? I love your backgrounds, Boloki and Sei. Thank you for choosing the same background. That's nice. Are you guys here? The other part of the team? I can see only 6 faces. Will? Thank you, Shaibu. Just stay with us so we can take the picture all together and smile in. Maybe say yes, Africa, yes to Africa. Tu peux le faire, c'est Mohamed, peut-être aussi? Yes, we're trying to take picture for Jessica who just joined us. 1, 2, 3. The other 4 people who are not on their video. I cannot see you guys. We cannot have you with us on the picture, unfortunately. So 1, 2, 3. Are you ready? Smile. Thank you. Perfect. Perfecto. So maybe see you soon in another workshop session. Nice salama. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Marin. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Marhaba.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope
Thank
you
you
enjoy.
very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'm going to send you a mail.
Sure. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. Thank you, Will.
Thank you so much. I would appreciate.
You're welcome. Marhaba. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Thank you, Jessica.
Before you go,
yes.
Before you go, so I wanted to ask a question. By my internet, I had a bit of challenge. That's why I got out and I had to come back.
Okay.
I wanted to ask for someone who is seeking to obtain the recordings of previous sessions, because there are some sessions which I missed and I would really love to go through the recordings and learn from them. How is that possible?
Okay, I will let the floor to Mohammed, who
Thank you
is
so much, Mrs. Mariam.
yeah.
Thank you, Madam, first for your interest, and you will find all the recording sessions at the platform, Mocha platform. You have your credentials.
So apparently the one who even sends me the email to come to the sessions is my supervisor, because she's the one who registered for the program, but she recently found out that her schedule will not allow her to travel to Morocco, so she gave me the opportunity to actually be attending the sessions and come to Morocco.
Okay,
So I do
you
not
can-
have the
We are honored to have you with us. This is
Thank
first.
you.
And second thing, he can share with you the credentials to have access to the platform, and you
Okay.
will find there all the record sessions and all the MOOC sessions and all the information you need.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Jessica.
Okay, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mohammed. Thank you, Jessica. I'm gonna leave and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.